And now, from Glasgow.
So hi there, welcome to stage 120. This is the top rear side rails, and in this issue we will complete that top rail. Sorry, I just remembered I'd forgotten to get one piece out. Now this is going to look almost identical to the last issue, except that we will have one extra connector and nice simple build. Let's say we're going to be doing the same as last issue. So we've got piece number 1, top rear right side rails times 2, and just like last week, they're metal. We have not 1 but 2 top side rail connectors, and we have I will confess I've cheated, I've already taken them out of the bag. Some DD12s, we have 13 1.8 by 3mm KM screws, one of which is spare, so we're going to be needing 12. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and I can't see how we're, of course, because we're going to connect it to the trailer. Now please do excuse any background noise, I do have mad cats, they do seem to be extra mad. So what we're going to do, just like last time, because this is a metal screw, I'm going to pre-oil my holes. You can oil your screws instead. This will just make the job of screwing these in a little bit easier. And we're going to make one of these rails up. Make sure that the rail fits correctly, like so. Now I'm finding there's a little lip on this connector, so it only really wants to go one way. And just like last week, we're going to screw in any one of the screws holes first. It really doesn't matter. We're going to screw that in fully. Okay, and then we'll get our second screw. I think I might have just accidentally flung that screw across the table. No, it's okay, I can see it. So we'll pop that second one in, like so. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get our second rail, and we're going to connect that up so that it does actually match, like so. And now, unlike the first half, just like I did last week, I'm going to pop one screw in, and I'm not going to quite fully tighten it. That just gives me a little bit of wiggle room, just in case it's not lined up properly and I can't get that screw in. And once we've screwed these in, it will all pull it into shape. So that third screw can go in nice and tight, and I can just finish up screwing the fourth one in. Make sure that's nice and solid, which it is. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our piece from last week, make sure they're the right way round. I really don't think it matters whether you put them that way or that way, but what we do want to do is just get our connector and just make sure it's oiled. And we are going to do exactly the same process again, except this time that bar is a little bit longer. So we have our connector. I'll get my screwdriver and screw ready. It's one of the handy things about having a screwdriver with a flat back. So we're going to pop this connector onto any one end, and that's gone in lovely. So I'll screw that in as tight as we can. Lovely job. Second screw. In that goes. Lovely. Right, so we'll get our screw ready for the next one. And we're going to introduce these two rails together. And just like we have been doing, I'm going to pop that one screw in, but I'm not going to quite fully tighten it. So you see there's a little bit of movement there. And then what I'm going to do, we'll now pop the screw into the third hole. This one will go in as fully tight as it possibly can. Lovely job. And then we just finished screwing that. Well, I'm calling it screw number 4, but it's actually the third one that we put in. And there we go, guys. So that's that bar in. So we've got that nice little slidey bit along the top. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to take a cut and I'm going to bring the trailer in and we'll attach this to the trailer. Okay, so due to limited space, I've had to just turn the trailer onto its side. Now this is something you would have seen before. So we have a connector on the end there and we have another one on the front. And what we're going to do is making sure this is the correct way round. We're just going to fit that. Now, if you pop it. See, now this is something I've just thought of this. I'm not sure if this is I think it is the correct way. You see there's like a single bar there and then there's a rail underneath. I think that rail does go underneath because you'll see there's a line running across there and there's a line there. You can't see it on the camera, but I am convinced that that is correct. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix this bar here. So as always, managed to lose my oil. Here it is. So I'm going to just pop a couple of little dabs of oil in there. Yeah. There we go. So we'll pop the bar on one side. Now it would be easier to do this all in one go, but I do want to show you the other side. So I'm not going to be able to do it all in one go. I'm going to have to do one side, then flip it over. And I should have got my screw ready. But I think once we get first screw in, I think that's going to make life a bit easier. Right, so make sure that first screw goes in as tight as it will go. There we go, lovely. And then we get our second screw. And that one can go in as tight as it will go. There we go, absolutely perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take a quick cut just while I turn the trailer over. But obviously if you were working on your own, you could just move down to the trailer and work on it. So I'll see you in a sec. So my apologies, the footage actually decided to not record properly. Something happened to the PC. I'm really not sure what happened. But all you've really missed is me connecting the other end of the connectors, and it's really interesting now because one thing I have mentioned is about the sides of a box. We had the floor come in first. That was nice and sturdy because it was just a flat object, and with all these supports it's really added strength. Once we added the front and the back, it was actually quite wobbly and I was really worried we were going to knock it over. Then obviously we put this red bit in the middle, and that really, because it's just a loose plastic bit, it added absolutely nothing to the strength. We're now actually added in one side support, and it did actually add a lot of strength to it. And now we've added in this next corner, and as you can see, that's really, really strong. Now next week we're going to start to be putting these bars in, and just like this added a lot of support to this piece, this is then going to get stronger. So that is it for this video. I do apologize about the lost footage. Now in the next issue I'm going to be playing about with some editing. It means the whole video will be shorter because it will be edited, but I think it's going to be quite fun to make and quite fun to watch. But there will be a lot of repetitiveness. So that's it then, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next week. Bye bye.